Edge at 11 starts now.
Well, Manhunt continues tonight for a man wanted for murder.
53-year-old Mario Green wanted for killing his ex-wife at Henry Ford Hospital in Detroit. The woman was an employee. Fox 2's Lauren Edwards is live tonight with the latest. Lauren, you've been tracking this all night. What do we know?
Guys, I can tell you it's late in the night, and Detroit police, Michigan State police, and other law enforcement agencies are working together to find 53-year-old Mario Green. This hunt not ending anytime soon, but they are working round the clock. And take a look at this image of him. Police say he's 6'4", wearing all black and a gold chain. They say he walked into the basement of Henry Ford Hospital at 9:55 a.m. Friday morning and allegedly shot and killed his ex-wife, Latricia Green, after a verbal altercation. He then left in a white Dodge Charger, that was located near Trojan Avenue and Lost Road hours later this afternoon. And then Fox 2 has since learned that Latricia had an active PPO out against him after filing it twice. The first time it was denied. The second time he was not served yet. Sources confirmed to Fox 2 that he called the hospital around 50 times and showed up unannounced as well. A co-worker says that as soon as she heard about what happened, she fell apart.
And she did everything for everybody at Henry Ford. She was a nice person. She never harmed nobody. She never did anything.
I was just getting back from getting coffee. I was getting food because my girlfriend, she just had our son. As I was walking to get on the elevator to go to the maternity unit, I just heard a bunch of people screaming. And the security was and the police were moving everybody out the lobby. And then that's when the door started closing. And when I went to the top on the 3rd floor to the maternity unit, they just shut everything down.
Green, though, he has quite the rap sheet, which includes aggravated stalking and also prison time for arson. But again, if you see him, please reach out to police as soon as possible. Reporting live here in Detroit, Lauren Edwards, On the Edge.
And Lauren, we reported earlier today that his car was found in Detroit. There were a couple of close calls where police thought maybe they'd move in on him. But you have state police, Detroit police, federal partners. It's pretty amazing that they haven't caught him quite yet as we go into that second day.
And they're still continuing. You got to think it's still within the first 24 hours. They're not stopping. When they found that Dodge Charger, they were looking all around the neighborhood, and I can only imagine what they're doing right now.
All right, Lauren, thanks so much. An emotional day in court in Detroit. A killer sentenced for murdering an Oakland County Sheriff's deputy.
Deputy Bradley Reckling, he was shot and killed while investigating a stolen car last year in Detroit. On Friday, his widow addressed the court.
Over the past year, I've had to do the unthinkable. Explain to a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 1-year-old that they will never see their dad again. For our youngest daughter, it's a concept she still can't fully understand. And so over and over again, throughout this year, I've had to explain to her that her dad isn't coming back.
Very emotional impact statement there. The couple's youngest child had not yet been born when his father was killed. As a result of this plea deal, the judge sentenced 18-year-old Raymond DuBose to 33 to 60 years in prison. He also had a chance to address the court.
I didn't mean for things to happen the way that it was. I knew that was a cop, I would have just ran.
I think it was hollow. I think he was told what he should say to get the plea.
He is not entitled to jail.
DuBose is one of 3 people charged in this case. The other 2 are already sentenced. In tragic news from northern Michigan, a man from Rockwood has been found dead.
The body of 22-year-old Jacob Angeles was found Thursday night in a wooded area near Grayling. He had gone missing last Saturday after attending the Michigan Renaissance Festival in Holly. Crawford County deputies were tipped off by a resident that spotted what they believed to be Angeles's vehicle. An autopsy is planned to determine his cause of death. It's not clear how long his body had been there. Foul play is not suspected.
Well, still no decision tonight on whether the case of DeAndre Booker will head to trial. He is accused of murdering a Warren mom earlier this year. The body of Ashley Elkins has never been found. The judge says that it could take several months to set up oral arguments to determine whether the case will head to trial. Booker is still being held without bond.
A West Bloomfield man faces several charges accused of going on a rampage at Planet Fitness. 58-year-old Wesley Kiwan Joe allegedly punched gym employees on Wednesday morning after an argument. He then went out to his vehicle and allegedly tried to run over an officer in the parking lot. Police say Joe crashed into several of their vehicles before leading officers on a chase. He was eventually stopped and arrested. He faces 9 counts. His bond is $500,000 cash. A breakthrough for police after a rash of electronics are stolen from a popular line of pickup trucks.
So dozens of infotainment screens, they're ripped out of Dodge Rams across Macomb County. Fox 2's Dave Kinchin has the story from Warren.
The Macomb County Prosecutor's Office says they've arrested 2 people in connection to a rash of infotainment screen thefts targeting Ram vehicles in recent months. What we know from the Macomb Auto Theft Squad, they say they've investigated 87 reports of these crimes in 6 months, dating back to February. Some victims telling police they were hit more than one time on the same Ram. These systems control the whole truck, including climate, radio, Bluetooth lights, and more. Macomb officials say they caught 2 of the accused suspects in the act breaking into trucks yesterday during a surveillance detail and took them into custody. A 23-year-old Detroit man and a 26-year-old man out of Roseville. Detroit Police and Oakland County Sheriff's Auto Theft Unit helping with those arrests. We stopped by Galeana's Van Dyke Dodge Ram in Warren to see what you can do to protect yourself.
Just pay attention to what you're doing. These vehicles do come with alarms on them. It doesn't work if you hit the glass, but that's why I say lock your doors. You lock your doors, it's going to make some noise. In Thieves, you know, they go for the path of least resistance. First, they're going to go for something that's not going to make noise. Second, they're going to go for something that's easy to do. So sort of, you know, like I said, park in a well-lit area, park in an area that has a lot of people in it, so that way people are all out looking.
The dealership says replacing these screens can cost you $3,000 to $4,000, and there's already a backlog, a delay right now. They're saying they're delayed about a month in getting those shipments in to make those repairs. So they say the best thing you can do is simply lock your doors and really follow common sense to try not to be a victim. In Warren, Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
Well, by the looks of the clock, it's already the weekend, so we can celebrate a little bit. It was nice today, but maybe a little rain this weekend.
Well, we finally made it. Hopefully the weather holds up, and there is one guy who has that answer. That's Derek Evra. Hey, Derek.
I think the weekend's going to be pretty good, guys. Now, Saturday does come with a small chance for some showers. We're going to get into all of that, but let's talk a little bit about this kind of a rare thing happening tonight called the Black Moon. It is the 3rd new moon in a season that includes 4 new moons, so it's kind of the same criteria as what a blue moon would be. Happens about once every 30 months, so pretty rare, once every 2.5, almost 3 years. It is very good for stargazing and meteor searching, so if you are one of those folks that likes to get out and try to get a look at the Perseid meteor shower, that spiked on August 12th, but it still technically continues until August 24th before it starts dying off. So not a bad night to get out and do that. New moons, of course, are the opposite of full moons, where we see nothing. You know, don't see that moon in the sky. Over the course of the weekend, this cold front's going to be moving through. That cold front is back out to our northwest at this point, but it will drag through. We feel the cooler air Saturday night into Sunday, but we deal with the effects of that front in the sense of maybe some rain showers Saturday afternoon through Saturday evening. So here's the timeline for that. Let's pause it here around 2:30. This is not a washout kind of rain. So if you have plans on Saturday outside, don't cancel them. Just keep an eye to the skies. If the rain is coming through between around 2 and 6 p.m., that's our best window. You know, you take it inside. The rain will pass about 30, 45 minutes. It's gone. Here's 7 p.m. Most of the rain at that point is over. There is an opportunity maybe for an isolated thunderstorm, but for the most part, it is just going to be some passing rain showers that pop up. Live look outside up north, Indian River. Temperatures are cooling down, but interestingly, the northern temperatures are warmer than we are right now. Mackinac Island is at 72 degrees, and we are in the 60s, upper 60s. We fall to around 64 overnight. We'll say 64 degrees. Overall, kind of a nice night, but the clouds do increase. Tomorrow, isolated showers, mainly or potentially an isolated thunderstorm, mainly happening in the evening, again, between the hours of around 2 and 6 p.m. 7-day forecast, much cooler Sunday night into Monday. You're going to want to track all of that by downloading the Fox 2 weather app. You see those overnight lows falling down into the upper 40s on some days. A little tip for you with the Fox 2 weather app right there, 7-day forecast. If you touch it, you get a bonus 3 days for a 10-day forecast.